Hey, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rahakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, pushing the truth across the four corners of earth. All right, I'm the brother Shaman of Great Millstone, Chicago. All right. Hey, man, just a quick thought, a quickened thought, Lord willing. All right. The churches, man, these churches are powerful. Right? The church is powerful. A lot of times, we stand out. And over the course of time, people don't want to listen. They walk by, fan their hand, whatever. But at the end of the day, we're doing the work that the Lord asks us to do. Right? And these are just the results of what the Lord asked us to do. All right? More people are not going to get it than the ones who are going to get it. The scriptures talk about that. Because it tells you, 1 Peter 5 and 6, humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. All right. And that's very important, because, especially in this world where everybody's looking to exalt themselves. All right. Everybody's looking to, make themselves the next pop star, icon, cult of personality. All right. And then, they'll shake hands with Esau, and then later on you find out some dirty, dark secrets, which they partook in along with Esau, which later on, he backdoored them, all right, which we've seen that many times, with Epstein, with Cuomo, hell with Trump, that information about, from Epstein about Trump, that's probably why he can't run for office again, because there's a lot of sensitive information, and that was kind of a warning. They really didn't pursue too far into the relationship of what was going on, but they just brushed over it. All right, so whatever is going on in the background, with that, with Esau Edom, that's just how they do business, man. That's how the game is played. All right, a den of vipers, man, snakes. All right, but with us, we're not looking for any of that. All right, so it's very important, because hey, when you have Paul, like I was looking at Paul's missionary journeys, the Lord had him to go around these different parts of the Greco-Roman Empire. He had many journeys, man. Paul went to Rome, then of course he goes through Italy, he goes through Sicily, okay, he goes through Macedonia, Thrace. You know what I'm saying? We know these 7 churches of Asia, which is modern day Turkey. He went there, of course, too, through Syria, all over the place. Jerusalem, of course, all over. All right, and the Lord called us, from all over the 4 corners of the earth. All right, so, it's very important not to forget the mission and the mission, what our mission statements are. Okay, and the goodly heritage that the Lord has us set up to show our people. All right, because a lot of times, brothers can get unmotivated, or, Jay could get, you know, cold feet, or, whatever, stuck in the mud, or what, it happens. You know what I'm saying? But it's important to continue to read and understand the fight that we're in. All right, because, Paul risked his life and limb, to help build up these churches, build up these different bodies, and then the scriptures say there must come a falling away first. So after, at a certain point, which Jacob has always had a zeal of righteousness. You've always had Jake, who they'll question, if we are the Israelite. You'll see a lot of that. You see, before the truth officially came out, which it came out of One West, but the full truth, the 12 tribes, all these different things, the Lord had that to come out in due time. All right, exactly when he, when it was revealed to Ariah. All right, the identities of who the Israelites were worldwide. All right, so because the scriptures say what there must first come a falling away. So after all of this stuff, all the events of the scriptures, all the things we see, the crucifixion of the Messiah, the apostles are set up, they're sent away, they do what they do. All of that had to come to a closing. All right, after all the death, the bloodshed, the sacrifice, all of that had to come to a close. All right, only for us now, hundreds of years later, matter of fact, thousands of years later, to come back to who we were and understand all these things that were given to us before. All right, and that's just the Lord, man. There's no new thing under the sun. It's a reason why you see all these churches popping up, which we say camps, but you're also a church as well. And now, what is a church? Let's see. So you look up church. Scriptures don't say church, which you always had the temple, of course, but scriptures don't say church until the New Testament. All right, because we had the temple, and then of course you had men out, in the highways and byways before as well. All right, but here, you really see it manifest, at the end of the book, and then now, because the Lord took us, he took away our capital. You had Israelites dwelling in Jerusalem, but you had us going to captivity. All right, so we weren't just primarily in Jerusalem anymore. All right, and the Lord didn't leave us, but instead He brought His word to us. All right, the word for church, ecclesia. Let's see what it says: a gathering of citizens called out from their homes into some public place and assembly. All right, hey, people ask. They'll ask us, of course, they always ask the question, where's your church at? Where's the church? I want to come and learn. Oh, the church is right here. Then they keep it moving. You're like, damn, we we did you a service. We brought the church to you, and you don't even want to listen. We in church right now. You don't need no special fancy clothes or of course, decent modest apparel, but you don't need these special fancy clothes, you need to burn no gas. Well, people, going to come out. All right, but the point being, we're doing the work of the Lord, man. We're doing what the Lord has called us to do. All right. It says an assembly of the people convened at the public place of the council for the purpose of deliberating. Deliberating, what is that? Let's see. Deliberate. It says engage in long and careful consideration. Consider a question carefully. All right, like scriptures say, Israel doth not know, neither does they consider. Well, they're supposed to deliberate. All right, and when we go out in the highways and byways, that's what we do. Because the scriptures tells you, Salaki, I forgot the last definition, which, this just shows that they know what this is all about. My sword, it says the assembly of the Israelites. The assembly of the Israelites. So they know and understand it. They understand that this is only for Israel. Because these people these top biblical say, they watch our videos. All right, they watch and they take note. I know what did I want? Because it says, deliberate on that point. It says what? this is we're all supposed to try to fill the office of a bishop. Right? We're supposed to strive, to fill this office. Which you have bishops set up, of course, but we're all supposed to strive to be the best we can be, and this is basically the top position. All right, and it says First Timothy 3 and okay, here's what I want. Titus 1 and 9. That's what I wanted. Because he also talks about the office of a bishop in his letter to Titus. He said, "For a bishop must be blameless as the steward of the Most High, not self-willed, not so angry, not given to wine, no striker, not given to filthy lucre, Salakia, but a lover of hospitality, a lover of good men, sober, just, holy, temperate, holding fast the faithful word, as he had been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers." All right. So that's the deliberation right there. Deliberation, again, engaging in long and careful consideration. All right. So somebody who's considerate, they're going to be able to, by sound doctrine, both to exhort and to convince gainsayers. All right. People hear the videos, they see us, they'll come, they'll ask a couple of questions. All right, we'll answer those questions according to the scriptures, or maybe they do come through the internet, they'll ask a question. We'll answer the question according to the scriptures, according to the Spirit of the Lord, and then, boom, now they know that they're Israelite. Now they're on step one. Now they have to work out their own salvation, because they know and understand now who they are. All right, and that's really important. The church, very important, man. Jake will go to church their whole life, because they have a zeal of righteousness, but not according to their knowledge. They'll go to church their whole life and not learn, but a handful of scriptures. All right, and then wonder, once they get older, like, damn, I don't really know anything. All right, because number one, the people preaching, the word to you, they're only preaching for filthy lucre's sake, which the scriptures tell you not to do. All right, and they're not holding fast the faithful word. They're not doing any of this stuff, man. Anything in here that says the bishop is supposed to do, these church pastors and bishops, they ain't doing. All right, let's just make it plain and simple. They ain't doing any of this stuff. All right. Yep. Ephesians 2 and 4 said, "But for the Most High, who is rich in mercy, for his great love wherewith he loved us, even when we were dead in sins, have quickened us together with Yahushua Hamashiach. By grace ye are saved, and have raised us up together and made us sit together in heavenly places in Yahushua Hamashiach." And that's what we're hoping for, man. We're hoping to, at the end of all of this, because all Israel is going to sit in heavenly places. We're all going to be in heaven, okay? And heaven's going to be here on earth, man. The kingdom, the rulership is going to be here on earth. All right, it says that in ages to come, he might show the exceeding riches of his grace and his kindness toward us through Yahushua Mashiach. All right. So, through all this, we all did in our sin, which people in the church, they know that part, they know that, but they don't know what sin is. Sin is just, to them, they'll say it's evil. No, sin is transgression of the law. All right. So all these churches, all the men of the church, we've been assigned to continue in the goodly heritage of the Lord and to continue to preach these things, man, to the best of our ability. All right. So what we're doing is very important, man. Very important to stay motivated. Very important to stay reading, And, if you don't know where you've been, the scriptures say what? Seek the old paths. We have to understand why we're doing the things that we're doing, and seeing all the things that we're seeing, man. We have to, all these things that we're seeing around us, they have to play out, okay? They have to play out. The course of this earth has to play out. Shit. Yeah, we didn't want to, if we were in the churches before, which is highly likely, if you're in the church now, shit, we didn't want to fall away from the Lord, but it had to happen according to the scriptures. All right, just like now, and in times, the Lord is going to seal 144,000 of His elect men, and then the rest of Israel, and then 2/3 is going to be destroyed. All right, Lord willing, it's edifying. Shalom.